The city glittered that night. A sea of lights reflecting off glass towers, cars humming softly below, and laughter spilling from luxury restaurants. Inside one of the most expensive places in town, Ethan Cole, the youngest billionaire CEO in the country, sat across from his elegant girlfriend, Vanessa. Everything about the evening screamed perfection. The wine, the music, the smiles. But behind Ethan's calm, confident expression, his heart was oddly restless. He should have been happy. He had everything: money, success, fame, and a beautiful woman by his side. Yet, as the waiter poured the champagne and Vanessa talked about their upcoming trip to Paris, Ethan's mind drifted somewhere else, or rather, to someone else. Then it happened. Just as the pianist began playing softly, the restaurant doors opened, and a woman entered. She wasn't dressed like the others, no fancy jewelry, no designer clothes. Just a simple white dress that clung loosely over her small baby bump. Her hair was tied in a neat bun, and her eyes, those eyes froze Ethan where he sat. It was Lena, his ex-wife. The woman he had once loved deeply, the one he'd lost to his own pride and ambition. Ethan's breath caught. Vanessa was saying something, laughing, but her voice faded. All he could see was Lena, and the gentle way she held her stomach as if protecting something precious. Lena hadn't seen him yet. She walked slowly, asking the hostess for a table. Ethan's heart pounded. Questions crashed through his mind. Was she married again? Who was the father? Why did seeing her still hurt so much? Vanessa noticed his distraction. "Ethan," she asked, her tone sharp. "You look like you've seen a ghost." He swallowed hard. "It's nothing. Just someone I used to know." But Vanessa followed his gaze, and when she saw the pregnant woman, her eyes narrowed. "Your ex-wife," she whispered. "Seriously, she's pregnant?" Ethan couldn't answer. He stood up abruptly, muttering, "Excuse me for a moment," before walking toward Lena. When Lena finally noticed him, her eyes widened in shock. For a second, neither spoke. Time seemed to stop. The noise of the restaurant faded into silence. "Lena," he said quietly. "It's been a long time." She hesitated, then nodded. "Yes, it has. You look, well." Her voice was calm, polite, too polite. Ethan felt a pang of guilt. "You look different," he said, glancing at her stomach. "Congratulations." She smiled faintly. "Thank you." There was something about the way she said it, distant, careful. Like she was protecting herself from him. Ethan couldn't take it anymore. "Is he treating you well?" he asked softly. Lena's expression softened for a moment. "There's no he, Ethan," she said quietly. "It's just me." He blinked, confused. "You mean?" She nodded. "Yes, I'm doing this alone." A storm of emotion crashed inside him. She was pregnant, and alone. And he, the man who once promised to never let her face pain again, had walked away years ago chasing deals and deadlines. He wanted to say something, anything, but the words refused to come. Vanessa walked over then, her heels clicking sharply on the floor. "Ethan," she said coldly, "we're leaving. Or are you planning to stay here all night catching up with your ex?" Lena immediately looked down. "You should go," she whispered. "I don't want to cause trouble." But Ethan turned to Vanessa. "You go ahead," he said quietly. "I'll meet you later." Vanessa frowned. "Excuse me, please," he said firmly, eyes still on Lena. Vanessa glared, then stormed out, muttering under her breath. When she was gone, silence returned. Lena looked at him, puzzled. "You didn't have to do that." "I did," Ethan said. "Because I need to know. Are you okay? Are you struggling? Do you need help?" Lena's eyes filled with tears she tried to hide. "I'm fine, Ethan. I work 2 jobs. It's hard, but I'll manage. I always do." He clenched his fists. The image of her working late nights while pregnant shattered something in him. "Lena, I made mistakes," he said softly. "I was selfish. I thought success would make me happy, but it only made me empty. You were the best thing that ever happened to me." She looked away, biting her lip. "It's too late for that now." "Maybe," he said, voice trembling. "But that doesn't mean I can't help. Please, let me do something for you." Lena shook her head. "I don't need your money." "It's not about money," he said desperately. "It's about making things right. You don't have to do this alone." Her eyes softened, but she still hesitated. Weeks passed after that night. Ethan couldn't forget her. Every meeting, every deal, his mind returned to that restaurant, that white dress, those tired eyes. He tried calling, but she never answered. One rainy evening, Ethan finally found her again, at a small diner, wiping tables. She looked up, startled. "Ethan," she whispered. He smiled softly, holding out an umbrella. "You forgot this," he said, though she hadn't. It was just an excuse. That night, they talked for hours. About the past, their mistakes, their dreams. He learned her pregnancy wasn't planned. She'd been volunteering at a clinic when she decided to adopt a baby that was about to be abandoned. She wasn't carrying her child by birth, she was saving one. Ethan was stunned. "You're adopting? Alone?" She nodded. "Someone has to give that baby a chance." And just like that, everything made sense. Her strength, her grace, the reason he'd always loved her. From that night onward, Ethan visited often, quietly, respectfully. He never forced his way back into her life. But he helped in ways she didn't see, paying her medical bills anonymously, sending supplies, ensuring she was safe. Months later, when the baby was born, Ethan visited the hospital. Lena looked at him with tears in her eyes. "Why are you doing all this?" she asked. He smiled gently. "Because some people deserve second chances, not just at love, but at life." She held his hand then, for the first time in years. And in that moment, Ethan realized that redemption doesn't come from wealth or power, but from humility and love. Moral of the story: money can buy comfort, but it can never buy peace. Sometimes, the greatest wealth lies in forgiveness, compassion, and the courage to make things right again.